Hey! Hey everyone, welcome back to the NFA Review channel. Today we're going to take an in-depth look at the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro. Now we recently reviewed their Hellion. Both of these are from HS product in Croatia. So this is a collaborative effort with Springfield and HS product, and we're going to take a really close look at it here in the studio and of course see how it shoots on the range. But before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to my gold members on Patreon and above. You guys really do help with the operating cost here on the channel, and congratulations to Taylor. He recently bought my truck. So it's a truck that you've seen in all of my NFA review videos for the last 8 years or so. I bought that truck brand new. He is a Patreon gold member. He has been for quite some time, and he got a nice little substantial, I think I gave him a $3,000 discount. I had an offer at $35,000. I sold him my truck for $32,000 because of his continued support here on the channel. So your perks here on the channel do go outside of my 20 discount list on Patreon. He got a pretty kick-ass deal on that truck. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting on my truck replacement, so I'm borrowing a buddy's S-Class. So yeah, I know, cry me a river. He's a really good friend. I'm gonna put a link to his company in the description below. He's a really good guy, shirt off the back type guy, and he was really nice to let me borrow one of his 10 cars. He's awesome. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the Hellcat. We're just gonna get through it as quick as possible here in the studio, and then we're gonna hit the range and see how it shoots. All right, first things first, comes in an overall length of 6.6 inches, a height of 4.8 inches, and a width of only 1 inch. Now the weight is 21 ounces unloaded, and the barrel is 3.7 inches in length, and that is hammer forged, and the slide is machined from a solid piece of billet, and of course is milled for an optic. We'll circle back to that later. Both the barrel and the slide are coated in their melanite finish. The frame is of course polymer, and it is stippled in what they call their adaptive grip texture. It's actually a really nice texture. It bites into your hand nice, but it doesn't snag your clothes too bad. And shooting it out in the sun, we've already shot it some. Your hand doesn't really move around when your hands start to sweat. So as far as like overall texture and look, they actually did a really good job on that. I'm gonna have to give that to them. Recoil system is going to be your dual captive full-length guide rod, so that should help with the recoil mitigation as much as it can in a 9mm this small. Moving forward here, we do have a light rail built in with 2 positions for all those compact lights out there on the market. I don't have any here, so I can't test it, but you do have 2 notches there for lights. Caliber is 9mm, and it comes in at a retail price of $634. Now, what's the real party trick of this gun? Why do I like it so much personally? Because the capacity is 15+1. Now, I brought some other guns out here to kind of show you comparison. My main carry gun right now, Glock 43X. I shoot it very well. I even have fun shooting it at 50 yards, 100 yards, just to prove that you can shoot a compact gun accurately. Shoot very well with this gun. Capacity 10+1. Then over here we have a Glock 19M. 15+1 capacity, much thicker option, much harder to conceal. This was like the go-to for concealment, 10 years ago. This is pretty much what you would find everybody carrying. Now I took some B-roll already of close-ups of these guns, but I want to just kind of overlay them here and show you here in the studio what we're talking about here. If you look at the footprint, and I'll try to line up these slides here in my hand, they're all pretty damn close. Okay, you have the 43X and the Hellcat Pro, pretty much the same width and overall footprint. The grip on the Hellcat might be just a hair longer. Okay, possibly. I might not have it held up here in my hand perfectly. And then the Glock 19 is just a beast compared to those two. It's longer, taller, wider. Okay, so we'll remove the Glock 19. Nobody's really carrying that much, especially in Florida with all the heat, and it's harder for us to hide it here. We don't wear jackets year round. So comparing the Hellcat Pro with the 43X, you have like a slight 1/4 inch length on the Hellcat, and the grip is like an 1/8. Okay, actually let's take the mag out like I have in the Glock, and they're like neck and neck because of the grip angle on the Glock. So imagine my surprise when the Hellcat showed up, and I've been carrying this Glock 43X for so long, when I found out it was like the same size as the Hellcat, and the Hellcat had it beat. 15+1. Now obviously they did it here. They have the metal mag, so they have less width here, because the Glock is usually a metal sleeved inside a polymer, so they have a little bit more width on their mags. Springfield, using just thin metal, was able to fit more rounds in there. I mean, that's pretty impressive, 15 rounds in this little guy. So that is the big takeaway. You have a 43X size gun with factory mags with a 15+1 capacity. One of my other favorite features on this gun was the sights. Okay, ignore the fact that it's cut for a optic here, and the test models they sent out here for test and evaluation, it did ship with a HEX Wasp, which is a nice little always-on red dot. But the sights themselves, white U-notch rear with a bright yellow fluorescent outline tritium front. I can't tell you how nice these sights are just to pick up. I swear, as soon as all my night sights start dying, I'm gonna try to locate this type of sight for every single gun that I have. They are that fast to pick up with the bright yellow, with the white U-notch crisp rear. The front sight just like falls in that valley so quick. I totally get it. I want them on all my guns. As far as the trigger, breaks very clean. I'll show a close-up here. Stacks up nice. You do have a trigger safety. You'll get a little creep. It's kind of weird. It stacks up, right? And you would think that it breaks right here. And then you push a little further and you get a little creep, and then it almost hits a second wall once you get used to shooting it, and then it breaks clean. It's kind of interesting. You're just going to have to get used to it. But it's not that bad. I've shot guns with much worse triggers. As far as rapid fire shooting accurately, you can kind of just learn where to stack that. But definitely has a little bit more creep than you would say you'd be used to on a Glock. While we're on the kind of ergonomics here, medium-sized hands, I can reach the magazine release without breaking grip, which is hella nice. I like that a lot. You have your takedown here and your slide stop there. Pretty basic for your polymer carry gun. Speaking of which, we'll go ahead and show you how to field strip it real quick. Of course, always ensure your firearm's unloaded, which we always do off camera here. Lock the slide to the rear, rotate your takedown lever up, release the slide, pull the trigger, slide comes off. Pretty basic. A lot of other guns field strip like that. And then inside, you have your dual recoil spring, your barrel, your slide, your frame. Wipe them off, oil them up, good to go. Not much to see there. So, matter of fact, I shot this out of the box already without any lube. It's pretty dry right now. We didn't have any malfunctions. So no complaints there. I believe that pretty much covers it in the studio. Let's go ahead and just get out there and put some rounds down range. I did borrow a original Hellcat OSP from Jason over at Gun Trader Den. They're one of our sponsor FFL SOTs. If you check them out in St. Pete, Florida, mention that you are a subscriber here on the YouTube channel, and they will take care of you. Just go speak to Jason or Matt, and they will take care of you. Awesome guys there. Jason let me borrow his more compact but less capacity Hellcat OSP, and I'm going to shoot it next to this today. I've never shot a Hellcat before this review, so yeah, you guys will get my findings on how they run. Let's go ahead and get to it.
All right, everybody, we made it out to the range. We have two Hellcats here. The original, borrowed from Jason over at Gun Trader Den, and the new Hellcat Pro. I want to shoot them both back to back. I have never shot this platform, ever. Never shot a Hellcat. So I'm going to shoot them back to back and see how it feels as far as recoil, impulse, accuracy, stuff like that. No optic. Optic should be softer shooting, should be snappier. This one has an extended mag, 13 rounds. plus 1, so 14, and this is 15 plus 1. So this holds 2 additional rounds. All right. Let's see how it does. Got some steel here on the left side of the range. I'm not a pro shooting with red dots here on pistols. But pretty intuitive. So just immediate thoughts on it while shooting. This rounded edge here is kind of squared off on this back section of the grip just above the stippling, and it's pushing into my thumb area right here pretty sharply. Now I am shooting 124 grain NATO. It's pretty hot stuff, but just something I wanted to note. I'm gonna try to flatten out the back of my palm there. That's better. Do another mag here. Ooh, that smarts. All right, yeah, definitely, I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's red here in the web of my hand. Something to take note of. All right, let's try Jay's gun. Definitely smaller. My pinky kind of just falls off the bottom of the grip here, but he does have the extended mag, extendo clip, and a little loose there. I don't typically like these. I actually sold my SIG P365 because it had that, and I kept getting pinched on my pinky here. I actually sold that gun for that reason, and I stuck to the Glock 43X. God, my glasses are fogging up. It is so humid out here. Don't try this at home. Yeah, it is moving around quite a bit, so we'll see how it feels. The original Hellcat. Failure to lock back on last round. Definitely snappier on the smaller one, and I got pinched twice here with the pinky. Let's go back to the Hellcat Pro. All right, my buddy Jay just came out. He's gonna join us, give us our thoughts on it, and see what you got here. He's more of a new shooter, so give him a break, although he'll probably shoot better than me on the steel just to show me up. Go for it. Oh, you're shooting the paper. The trigger's actually good. I like the trigger. Breaks clean.
Yeah.
What'd you feel on the grip?
I didn't notice it as much, but I do feel
That radius there?
that radius right there.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like impacting in the web.
Yeah, I'm sure like as you shoot it and wear it down, where the
The little mold.
it'll help a little bit.
Oh, you're talking about the mold line in the back?
Yeah, I feel that more, but I still the comfort of this little area does definitely.
You were actually shooting better as your tempo picked up. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna load up 2 mags and just kind of just fire a little faster without thinking about it as much. Just kind of letting that dot just fall down. But the trigger on this thing is definitely nice. I definitely like the trigger.
Yeah.
So we're done. Earlier today, this morning, I was filming the Springfield Armory Hellion review. So we started out this review at 50 yards, not even thinking. So what you just saw was at 50 yards with a brand new carry gun. So we have moved up now to 15 yards. So now we're 45 feet away. So now we'll look like we don't suck as much. Let's go ahead and give this a whirl here. Oh yeah, all right. I need to put steel on the right side. This is kind of boring. Shooting on the left. You know?
I can handle that.
How many rounds you got in there?
12.
Yeah, we'll take it. Mucho bettero.
Want to move one over?
Yeah, let's move some steel. All right, now that we got some steel on left and right. Okay. All right. We'll give it a whirl there.
Shoot!
Hey! Champion!
Let me try that.
Let me try. Come and give that a whirl. Oh, look, imagine that. Oh, it hits the small one. Hey, you're trying that tiny one. Oh! Tink.
Okay. That's
So-
easier when you're what? 15, 20 yards away?
15 yards. Wait, you mean to tell me we're not going to shoot anybody from 50 yards away as a concealed carry holder?
Yeah, probably not.
Not get away with that one. Shoot from concealment here. Got the black point at 4 o'clock, where I usually carry, and got my lapel mic here on the table because wire was getting in the way. So threat. Failure to lock back a couple times there. What do I got, like 12 rounds in here?
Might as well get used to
Draw
that
it there,
shit.
get a little training in there. Threat right. Threat left. 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 Right. Left. Dump it. Yeah, it's still fun.
That is fun. It's different.
Your first time drawing from concealment? Like that. All right. Now let's do a 5-round group at 15 yards still. Just to check accuracy. I'm gonna use the irons because it looks like the red dot moved. It did. Hell, I'll take that. All day. 5-round group at 15 yards. Not bad at all. Last mag of the day. Looks like we have 14 rounds or so. I'm just gonna shoot a faster group with irons. Red dot's still off. I haven't adjusted it.
He did.
He gone. Little supported mag dump. 14 rounds or so. I'll still take it. All right, guys. Ending thoughts on the Hellcat Pro. So we started out the review today. We shot Jason's over at Gun Trader Den, his Hellcat, I don't know, OG, the original OG here. Definitely was a little snappier. I didn't care for the extended mag. And then we moved on up to the Pro. So the Pro didn't have any issues with pinching here. As you can see, it fits my hand perfectly. And I'll say this, throughout shooting, we shot a lot of rounds through. I didn't do a round count. Probably close to 200 rounds out here on and off film. The complaint I had in the beginning with this edge here, kind of digging into the web here between my thumb, it kind of went away. I don't know if it's just numb or got used to that energy impact there. I don't know. Maybe I started to subconsciously adjust the web of my finger away from that radius, but it got more comfortable as time went on. So that's something to note. Trigger, absolutely great in this gun. Reset's not crazy short, but under recoil, you bounce off just enough to come up and reset it. Trigger is definitely good. Magazine release, I didn't have to adjust my grip any to get the magazine out so I can be in a firing position and drop the magazine. I have medium hands. Yeah, it felt really good. As we moved up, because we started the review at 50 yards like a bunch of idiots, you know, confidence definitely went up and we got more used to the gun and we started to just slam hits there, as you saw. So yeah, I mean, still doable at 50 yards. I mean, we did it, but you know, it's a defensive handgun. You're not gonna be shooting anybody at 50 yards, okay? Your threat's typically to be, you know, either, you know, small interior space, 3 rounds fired in under 3 seconds within 3 feet. You're talking from retention shooting here, or the FBI standard of 21 feet. Today we're shooting at 45 feet and we were still shooting quite well with this brand new gun. The red dot you did get used to as you're shooting. Looking through it right now, the dot did drift off of my front sight a decent amount, enough to where if I was aiming dead center on a steel from here, and I'm much further back, actually, you know, I'm about 50-ish yards or so, I would miss. So something to take note of with this red dot, it did drift. I'm gonna have to adjust it when I get home. I don't have a little tiny Allen key with me that's that small to adjust it here at the range. What I might do is back it out some, a lot, where I can see an exposed thread and put just a minuscule amount of blue Loctite in there with like a fiber of a Q-tip. You're not gonna need much. And then sight it in with that front sight. It should hold in the future. I don't typically have problems with sights drifting that much as far as dots. So maybe it's just a weird fluke. If you have this gun at home already with this sight on it and it happened to you, let me know, but it's probably a rare occurrence. We did the accuracy shooting at 45 feet with the iron, so I was just disregarding what the red dot was doing and supported on the bag. Shot a decent sized group. I mean, it's not a target gun here. This is a concealed carry gun. High capacity concealed carry gun in a small package. So I like it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put it into my rotation. I currently carry a Glock 43X and a Smith & Wesson 340 PD 357 Magnum with a clip draw, and then this will be my third. I'll throw this into the rotation. So definitely a neat gun, and I was glad I was able to give it a fair shake. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. We had a lot of fun out here today. It was fun having Jay out here because it is a lot of help to help people. When my friends come out to help, we can get focus points and we just have more fun on and off camera. It's not as boring out here shooting alone. Huge shout out to 2A Warehouse for supplying that 124 grain NATO 9mm today. And of course, to my gold members on Patreon, you guys rock. You guys definitely help more than you know here on the channel. So please click that like and subscribe button. We have a lot more videos coming, guys. See you next time.